If you're starting from zero, no savings, maybe some debt, maybe no idea where your money even goes, most financial advice is completely wrong for you. They'll tell you to invest, to buy index funds, to start a business. But none of that matters if you don't have the foundation right. Today, I'm going to give you the exact 7-stage roadmap I would follow if I had to start over from scratch. No fluff, no theory. Just the specific steps in the specific order with specific numbers. And stage 5 is the one that changes everything. It's the step that separates people who build wealth from people who just talk about it. So stick around for that one. Let's start at stage 1. Before you invest a single dollar, before you pay off a single debt, you need a cash cushion. Here's why. Only 30% of Americans can cover a $1,000 emergency from their savings. That's a Bankrate study from this year. That means 7 out of 10 people are one broken car, one ER visit, one layoff away from financial crisis. Without this cushion, every unexpected expense goes on a credit card. And credit cards charge an average of 22% interest right now. So a $1,000 emergency becomes a $1,400 problem, then a $1,800 problem, then a cycle you can't escape. Your first mission is simple. Save $1,000. Not $10,000, not 6 months of expenses, just $1,000 in a high-yield savings account, which right now pays about 4% APY. That's 10 times more interest than a regular savings account, and your money is still fully accessible. This isn't sexy. Nobody makes a viral video about saving $1,000. But this single step stops the bleeding. It's the difference between a bad week and a bad year. $1,000. That's stage 1. Let's move. Once you have your cushion, it's time to go to war with your debt. Not all debt, specifically high-interest debt. Anything above 7%. Credit cards, personal loans, buy now, pay later plans. These are financial parasites. They feed on you every single month. The average credit card in America charges 22% interest. Let me put that in real terms. If you owe $5,000 on a credit card and only make minimum payments, you'll end up paying over $7,000 before it's gone. You're paying almost double for things you already bought and probably don't even remember buying. Now, there are 2 methods to kill debt. The avalanche, pay the highest interest rate first, or the snowball, pay the smallest balance first. People argue about which is better. Here's what the data actually says. A Lending Tree study found the difference between the 2 methods was just $29 in total interest. $29. Both methods took 57 months. So pick whichever one keeps you motivated. The best method is the one you actually finish. One rule. While you're killing debt, keep investing your employer match if you have one. A 5% match on a $60,000 salary is $3,000 a year in free money. Don't leave free money on the table to pay off debt faster. That's math working against you. Stage 2 done. Debt is dying. Now let's build the system. Most people don't have a spending problem. They have a system problem. Money comes in, money goes out, and nobody knows where it went. The fix is the 50-30-20 framework. 50% of your after-tax income goes to needs: rent, food, utilities, transport. 30% goes to wants: dining out, entertainment, subscriptions. And 20% goes to your future: savings, investments, extra debt payments. Now here's the honest truth. In some cities, rent alone eats 50%. The rule isn't perfect, but it gives you a target, and a bad target you actually follow beats a perfect plan you ignore. The real power move here is called pay yourself first. The moment your paycheck hits your account, the 20% moves automatically in the store before you see it, before you can spend it, before your brain can negotiate with itself. We'll talk more about automation in stage 5 because it's a game changer. But for now, just know this. If you're saving what's left over at the end of the month, you'll never save anything. Flip the order. Stage 3 is done. You've got the system. Now let's make it grow. This is the stage that scares people the most, but it shouldn't. You don't need $10,000 to start investing. You don't need to understand candlestick charts or PE ratios. You need $100 in an index fund. Here's the math that changes everything. If you invest just $100 a month, that's $3.33 a day, less than a coffee, into the S&P 500 for 30 years, you'll have approximately $228,000. You only put in $36,000 of your own money. The other $192,000, that's compound interest. That's your money making money, which then makes more money. It's the closest thing to a financial cheat code that actually exists. And the S&P 500 has returned about 10% per year on average since 1928. Through world wars, through recessions, through pandemics. 73% of all years have been positive. And there has never been a 20-year period in its entire history that lost money. Never. Zero. You don't need to be smart. You don't need to pick stocks. You need to be consistent and patient. Open a brokerage account, pick a low-cost S&P 500 index fund, set up a $100 monthly contribution, and don't touch it. That's stage 4. And it leads directly into the most important stage of this entire roadmap. Remember at the beginning when I said stage 5 changes everything? Here's why. The biggest threat to your wealth isn't the stock market crashing. It's not inflation. It's not bad luck. It's you. It's the human brain. The same brain that says, I'll start next month, or I deserve this, or the market looks scary right now. Vanguard studied this. Retirement plans with automatic enrollment hit a 94% participation rate. Plans without it? Just 64%. Same people, same jobs, same money. The only difference was one removed the decision. The results speak for themselves. So here's what you do. Automate everything. The day your paycheck arrives, 20% auto transfers to your high-yield savings and investment accounts. Your bills auto-pay. Your index fund auto-invests. You don't see it, you don't touch it, you don't think about it. The best investors in the world aren't the ones with the best stock picks. They're the ones who set up a system and removed themselves from the equation. A Fidelity internal study famously found that their best performing accounts belonged to people who were dead or who forgot they had accounts. That's not a joke. That's the power of not interfering. Your emergency fund auto-fills, your debt auto-pays, your investments auto-grow. You go live your life. That's stage 5. And it's the reason some people build wealth while others just think about it. Once your foundation is automated and growing, it's time to pour gasoline on the fire. The average millionaire doesn't have one income source. Research shows they maintain at least 3. And here's the key. It means they're not all jobs. Most are assets. Dividends from stocks, rent from property, profits from a business. Things that generate money whether they show up to work or not. You don't need to become a landlord tomorrow. Start with what you already know. Are you good at design? Sell templates? Do you understand finance? Start a newsletter. Can you write, code, teach, or fix things? Package that skill into something that earns while you sleep. The IRS recognizes 7 types of income: earned, dividend, rental, capital gains, business, interest, and royalty. Right now, most people only have 1, earned income. Your job in stage 6 is to add a 2nd, then a 3rd. Each new stream makes you harder to break. 1 job can be lost in an afternoon. 3 income streams, that's resilience. That's freedom. Stage 7 isn't a single step, it's a mindset shift. Once the foundation is built, you scale it. Max out your employer match. That's free money, potentially $3,000 or more per year. Then increase your investment contributions every time you get a raise. The lifestyle creep that kills most people's wealth, you dodge it by automating the raise before you ever see it. Learn the tax code. Real estate investors use depreciation to write off their buildings over 27.5 years. Even while those buildings go up in value, the 1031 exchange lets you sell a property and roll the profits into the next one without ever paying capital gains tax. These aren't loopholes, they're the rules of the game. And the people who learn the rules win. Protect what you've built. FDIC insurance covers $250,000 per bank. Diversify across stocks, bonds, and real estate, and never stop learning. Because the rules change, the economy changes, and the people who adapt are the ones who keep growing. This isn't the finish line. There is no finish line. Stage 7 is where you stay. Forever optimizing, forever growing, forever free. So let's put it all together. The 7 stages from zero to financial freedom. Stage 1. Build a $1,000 emergency cushion. Stage 2. Kill high-interest debt. Stage 3. Set up your 50-30-20 money system. Stage 4. Start investing, even $100 a month. Stage 5. Automate everything and remove yourself. Stage 6. Build additional income streams. Stage 7. Scale, protect, and repeat. That's it. That's the entire roadmap. No secrets, no shortcuts. Just the right steps in the right order. The hardest part isn't knowing what to do, it's actually doing it. And the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time? Right now. If this roadmap gave you clarity, subscribe. We drop new videos every week that make the money game simple. And if you haven't watched our last video, Real Estate versus Stocks, go check it out. It'll change how you think about investing forever. Money made simple. See you in the next one.